Hey everybody, I'm Scott Wikle. You're listening to My Kind of Country. My guest tonight is at the helm of one of the most important groups in country music and western swing music history, the Light Crust Doughboys. They are celebrating their 90th anniversary of making great music, and there's a brand new CD and DVD set out, and we're going to talk about all that today. 8 Grammy nominations, 2003 Grammy winner, 8 Halls of Fame, tons and tons of awards, and well-deserved they are. And I'm so happy to welcome Art Greenhaw to My Kind of Country tonight. Art, how are you tonight?
Super. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate talking with you. Been wanting to do it for months, and I sure am glad you made it happen. Thank you.
Well, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it very much, and I've been a big fan of your group for many years, and it's so great to see that you are carrying on that tradition in a great way.
Thank you. We're so excited about the 90th anniversary. We put together a big show band review, almost 15 pieces, and we debuted it in Granbury, Texas. It's one of my dreams to have an honest-to-goodness Branson, Las Vegas type stage show, but have it all Western and roots and Americana music, really covering 150 years of Texas-style country music, and we've got that put together. And we're traveling all over Texas and Oklahoma with this show. Maybe we can get even a little further out with it. We're excited about it. The Light Crust Doughboys, yesterday and today, 90th anniversary big show band review.
Man, that's incredible. That's going to be a huge, huge show, no doubt about it. Well, folks, you can get the beautiful collection, 4 CDs, 2 DVDs. It's available at Amazon.com. Also, our friends at BearFamily.com have it available, and I'm sure it's many, many other places that you get your music. And you can visit lightcrustdoughboys.org, artgreenhaw.com, and of course, we had Kristen Harris on the show earlier tonight, and she's been doing some shows with you guys as well.
We love Kristen. She is actually a full-fledged member. She's been with us since 2015, and she just jumped right into our music. We just really love her.
Well, that's great.
Radio station that we were doing a program for just really loved her, and we all came together in Grand Prairie, Texas in 2015, and we hit it off so well. We asked her to join us, and she's just continually joined us, and she's a full-fledged member now, so we're so glad to have someone of her style and talent and character and everything. Not only is she a great performer and a great singer and a great songwriter, but in her style of music and our style of music, that walking rhythm guitar, she's just one of the greatest rhythm guitarists anywhere in the world, so she really, really helps us.
Oh, that's great. I've always enjoyed Kristen and her music. She's been on my show several times. In fact, I've kind of followed her career. She's gotten going, and it's just so great to see her doing so well.
She's such a pleasure to work with and has become one of the most popular members of the Light Crust Doughboys in our 90-year history. Can't wait to see what happens with Kristen and the Light Crust Doughboys in the years to come. We've done some wonderful tracks with her, and we just think the world of her.
That's great. That's great. You have also had Dionne Pride working with you as well.
Dionne's a member of the Light Crust Doughboys, done a great job with us since 2012. So it's really, really a pleasure to work with him. He's multi-talented and has really jumped in and is a feature on so many of the Light Crust Doughboys songs. The Light Crust Doughboys, of course, being such an institution, we don't always have exactly the same members on every show. They're pursuing their actually adds horns, which the Light Crust Doughboys have had on recordings since about 1993, and it adds some sweet inspiration type ladies that bop around to our classics like the Light Crust Doughboys theme song and Beautiful Texas and Tumbling Tumbleweeds. So I'll have to send you some fan phone videos that have been taken of our new shows to give you a little idea of how exciting that is with that real large show band, Scott.
Well, that's incredible. And you guys are the official music ambassadors for the state of Texas, and that's for a very good reason, no doubt about that.
Thank you. That's state legislature proclaimed and voted on, so we're sure happy about that. That's been since about 1993, 1994, 1995.
That's incredible. Well, I'd like to get a little bit of the history of the Light Crust Doughboys. I know that the group was started in 1929 from the great Bob Wills. He had the Wills Fiddle Band. And
you're exactly right, Scott. You really know your history. I knew you would.
Yeah. And then Milton Brown joined the group in 1930 as vocalist, and it just kind of went on from there. So, my gosh, what a history! I mean, this predates even the Texas Playboys. This is amazing.
It really does. That's why we're able to celebrate 90th anniversary in so many years. As you so rightfully said, 1929, the group had its genesis. Then it actually became the Light Crust Doughboys as we know them in 1930. First went on the air January of 1931 and became the sensation of Texas. Then Pappy W. Lee O'Daniel formed the Texas Quality Radio Network, and that network eventually went into multiple states, primarily Arkansas and all of the southern states, went to Tennessee. First actual recordings of the Light Crust Doughboys were in 1932, so we can celebrate that 90th anniversary for several years in several different ways. And the Light Crust Doughboys were the first band to go to Hollywood and do the Western movies. Light Crust Doughboys wound up in Hollywood with Gene Autry with Oh Susanna, one of Gene's real popular movies.
Yeah.
His first Western band co-stars were the Light Crust Doughboys. Then after that, the Doughboys were involved in The Big Show, which was the second Hollywood Western movie. That particular performance was the centennial celebration of Texas at the State Fair of Texas, and that was all filmed around the 1936 new buildings that were constructed all over the Texas State Fair. And so it's the band that's kept on kicking for decades and decades and decades, and I have the awesome responsibility to make sure it keeps going.
It's amazing. So when did you first become part of the group?
1983, I started working with the band, and I just had always loved them since I was a child. They had a real mystique, and I just thought the Light Crust Doughboys have always been the very, very greatest. But when I was in my 20s in 1983, I developed the means to start helping the band out. I hoped I helped them out and started booking them and involving them in shows I was doing. The Mesquite Opry in Mesquite, Texas, the Mesquite Folk Festival. I'd continued to book them through the 1980s, and then in 1993 I had the opportunity to join signed and passed away the great Jim Boyd.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've been co-producer with Marvin Smokey Montgomery since 1993. He passed away and went on to glory in 2001. And it's been me keeping the Smokey Montgomery tradition going. So the two longest periods of the Light Crust Doughboys production under one person would be Smokey Montgomery all those years. And then I've actually been well over 25 years at the helm myself. And Bob Wills was basically the titular head of the Light Crust Doughboys for those early years from 1929 until 1933.
So what led to the break off of Bob Wills and going with the Texas Playboys?
The way I've always heard it, Bob wanted to do a lot more dances. The Light Crust Doughboys have never been a dance band or a dance troupe. We appreciate people moving to our music, and we're happy to have people dance or whatever they want to do, but the Light Crust Doughboys haven't ever really done dances in the 90-year history. Bob Wills decided he wanted to be a dance band and just focus on dances and play the dance music and the dance sets. And he and W. O. Daniels' personality never did really click. Bob always did some drinking, and I've always heard that Pappy W. O. Daniel had the excuse to let Bob go because of the drinking situation. It was probably a variety of things.
That's interesting. Well, certainly a storied career and a very long career. And I don't think there's any other group that's been around that long. It's an amazing tenure.
I think it's the longest in the world, and we had the wonderful opportunity to open every Borders Books and Music store in Oklahoma in the 1990s. They just happened to really, really like us, and we appreciated, so we would open every one of those stores, and those were great stores during the period. They delved back into the back country music catalog. If you're familiar with the Borders Books and Music stores, they had terrific operations. I so wish that they were still around, but we set record crowds at every one of the border stores. And talking about the Bob Wills connection, I remember when we opened the Tulsa, Oklahoma Borders Books and Music store in the Tulsa newspaper, they ran a real big article about the breakup of Bob Wills and the Light Crust Doughboys, and it brought out just hundreds of people. And that's really what we need. Our music is so relevant, and younger people just love it when they hear it, but they have to have the opportunity to hear it. That's why you're doing such a great job, Scott. And any way we can help you, you just let us know. And we just so appreciate you playing the music. We so appreciate you playing the Light Crust Doughboys.
Well, it's my honor. It's great music, and if I can help turn some new people onto your music, that's what it's all about. And good music has no expiration date.
You're exactly right. That 90th album has a lot of tracks that date from the 1940s to the very, very latest present time. And we do all of the music that the Light Crust Doughboys have been known for, which is our style of Texas Western swing. And and then fiddle band music, old-time fiddle music, gospel, Texas-style folk music, cowboy music, all types of root music. The Light Crust Doughboys just really cover the spectrum of the American roots music experience, but of course we do it with the country instruments and the country vocals, the instruments being primarily real heavy on violins. And for the last several years we've been back to sophisticated twin violins. We have two of the best violinists in the world, I feel, Jim Baker and Marek Anetti. I found Marek. He just landed in Texas from Poland, so he's our first Light Crust Doughboys member that hasn't really come from America and even from Texas. He was learning country music in Poland, and he's doing just a fantastic job for us. And he and Jim Baker on all of our concerts do the sophisticated twin violin spectaculars like Tiger Rag, J.C. Polka, all of those great numbers like that. We have some real intricate twin violin arrangements. Most bands aren't lucky enough to have one fantastic violinist, and we have two that play the twin harmonies in a real sophisticated, synchronized style. So I can't wait for you to hear the Light Crust Doughboys in person.
Absolutely. It sounds fantastic. And folks, you can go to lightcrustdoughboys.org and also artgreenhaw.com and check out the tour dates and more information about the Light Crust Doughboys. And of course, you can pick up this fabulous new 4 CD and 2 DVD set. It's available at Amazon.com, also in Bear Family Records. It's Yesterday and Today. It's a fabulous set. Tell me a little bit about what's on the DVD portion of this collection.
Actually, we have 4 short DVDs. There are 4 CDs and actually 4 DVDs. And we have fantastic film clips from the 1930s. We talk about the Bob Wills era of the Light Crust Doughboys. We talk about the W. Lee Papio Daniel era of the Light Crust Doughboys. We talk about the founding of the Light Crust Doughboys. And then we talk about the continuation of the Light Crust Doughboys. And it's done like a documentary, so I think all of our friends and fans will really enjoy that footage. Very rare footage. We have Luke Wills, we have the manager of Bob Wills on the DVD. So many people that have passed away, including the Doughboys, Jerry Elliott and John Walden, and of course Marvin Smokey Montgomery. And I bet a lot of your listeners and fans of your fantastic radio shows and podcasts are Facebook fans. And I just would like to encourage everybody listening, if you would go to one of our Light Crust Doughboys pages and check it off and like the Light Crust Doughboys so you can get updates. Then we also have one discussion group called the Light Crust Doughboys Legacy, where people all over the world discuss our music and talk about it. And I'd like to encourage everyone to join that group. It's on Facebook. Just go to the Light Crust Doughboys Legacy and request to join, and that would be the single best way to get daily and weekly updates and to talk with people that like our type of music from all over the world.
Outstanding. All right. Well, we'll make sure to put all those links on our Facebook page as well. Folks can go there and check it out. And please pick up this wonderful 90th anniversary CD and DVD set. It's a must-have if you're a fan of country music, Western swing music, or Americana in general. It's definitely one to have, no doubt about it. And we're going to play a whole bunch of Light Crust Doughboys music for you right now. And Art, I want to thank you very much for taking time not only to be on the show, but also thank you very much for being the keeper of the flame for such a wonderful group.
Thank you, Scott, so much for what you're doing. Let me mention one final thing. We still have one traditional record distributor that distributes LPs and CDs. They have 20, 30, 35 of the Light Crust Doughboys recordings. I sure hope anytime you pick up physical discs, and I hope everybody's still picking up as many physical discs as you can, please go to Selecto Hits. They're out of Memphis, Tennessee. They're part of the Sam Phillips family, which was a part of Sun Records for so many years. SelectoHits.com. You can order directly from them. And I know, Scott, you won't mind me putting in a real good word for physical discs. We need to keep physical discs still going, and I know you agree.
I totally agree. And it's really nice to see vinyl making such a big comeback, too. A lot of people are buying vinyl again, and they're pressing vinyl, making record players again, and I still say that's the best way to hear music.
It really is. Select the Hits has vinyl along with CDs. They have our whole catalog. Please check them out. Selecto Hits, SelectoHits.com, and then search the Light Crust Doughboys. Thank you. Blessings on you and all your fans, Scott.
Thank you so much, Art, for being on the show. I truly appreciate it. And, folks, enjoy some great music right now from the Light Crust Doughboys as we continue with My Kind of Country. Art Greenhaw, thank you again.
Thank you. Bye now.
Listen, everybody from near and far, if you want to know who we are, we're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. If you like our song and think it's fine, sit right down and drop a line to the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. And I declare, we'll get it there. And if we have some time to spare somewhere, sometime when we're down your way, we'll drop in and spend the day with the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. Like the way we play, listen while we try to say, we're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. Make you lose, we'll make you tired, we'll make you happy from noon till night. We're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. And I declare, we'll get it there. And if we have some time to spare somewhere, sometime when we're down your way, we'll drop in and spend the day. We're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville.
So long, friends and neighbors. This is Walter Haley speaking on behalf of Head Wagon Master Smokey Montgomery and his saddle pal Art Greenhaw. We're mighty happy to be bringing you this special brand of Texas country music for over 63 years. If you like our song, give us a call at 1-800-HUNT-TEXAS. And remember, we never do brag, we never do boast. We sing our song from coast to coast. We're the Light Crust Doughboys.
Never do brag, never do boast. Sing our song from coast to coast. We're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. You like that song and think it's fine, sit right down and drop a line to the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. And I declare, we'll get it there. And if we have some time to spare somewhere, sometime when we're down your way, we'll drop in and spend the day with the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville.
down the trail today. Getting tired, mighty tired, herding cattle, leaving when I draw my pay. Shining up my spurs, getting out my Sunday hat, shining up my boots, and I'm never coming back till I lasso a gal in El Paso, heading down the trail today. Trail, oh Payne, let's head for that promised land. We'll come back, oh Payne, when we find a gal to brand. Gonna lasso a gal in El Paso, heading down the trail today.
Well, a long time ago, in a toy store one day, I searched high and low for a new game to play. There on the top shelf seemed waiting for me this tag said, "I'll yodel if you wind up my key."
Oh, I'm the toy yodeler, please take me away. Stand guard by your bedpost, keep watch while you pray. Be a friend when you're lonesome, I look real, don't you see? And the best part of all, I go
throughout the years, 'twas more than a toy. My sweet sounding friend was my pride and joy. Dave had a ship, Bill had a plane, but my neat toy yodeler put their toys to shame. Soon I grew up, now a man, not a boy. My favorite sound still came from that toy. I searched for a sweetheart with a sweet melody, but none matched toy yodeler when I wound up the key.
Oh, I'm the toy yodeler, please take me away. Stand guard by your bedpost, keep watch while you pray. Be a friend when you're lonesome, I look real, don't you see? And the best part of all, I go yodeling.
Opry, they featured this girl. Oh, the Opry MC called her Yodelin' Merle. I hurried backstage, 'twas love at first sight. The girl of my dreams yodeled for me that night. What'd you yodel, baby?
Oh, I'm the best yodeler, please take me away. I'll sing for you always, just love me, I pray. Be a friend when you're lonesome, I'm in love, can't you see? And the best part of all, I go yodeling.
So happy together we live, Merle and me. Had yodeling children, they numbered about 3. There's only one thing about my sweet Merle that's weird. The day that I met her, the toy yodeler disappeared.
Oh, I'm the toy yodeler, please take me away. Stand guard by your bedpost, keep watch while you pray. Be a friend when you're lonesome, I'm real, can't you see? And the best part of all, I go yodeling.
Cattle out on the Texas plains, mighty tired of the saddle and the lonely, lonesome range. Drew my pay one Friday and rode on into town. When I hitched my pony, this is who I found. Jean from Abilene. She threw a lariat around my heart. She put a brand on me right from the start. Jean from Abilene, the sweetest little gal I ever seen. When we started courting, I finally did get wise. Wasn't long till I found out she had 20 other guys. When I tried to kiss her, she always drew away. But I kept on waiting till she named the day. Jean from Abilene. She threw a lariat around my heart. She put a brand on me right from the start. Jean from Abilene, the sweetest little gal I ever seen. Finally she consented, my bride she said she'd be. Went and took out a license, had the preacher there with me. We sat there a-waiting from 9 till 3:30. Left me there a-hating, filled with misery. Jean from Abilene, she threw a lariat around my heart. She put a brand on me right from the start. Jean from Abilene, the sweetest little gal I ever seen.
Lots of songs have been written about the Lone Star State, but the absolute monster of them all was recorded by Mitch Miller's orchestra and chorus back in the early 60s. It swept the nation as Americans everywhere sang along. Go ahead and sing along on this page from the Doughboys scrapbook as we present the Yellow Rose of Texas.
There's a yellow rose in Texas I'm a-gonna see. Nobody else will miss her half so much as me. She cried so when I left her, it like to broke my heart. If I ever find her, we never more will part. She's the sweetest little rosebud Texas ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You can talk about your Clementine and sing of Rosalie, the yellow rose of Texas, the only girl for me. Grant is flowing, stars were shining bright. We walked along the river one quiet summer night. She said, if you remember, we parted long ago. You promised to return and not to grieve me so. She's the sweetest little rosebud that Texas ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like dew. You can talk about your Clementine, sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose of Texas, the only girl for me. But the yellow rose of Texas, the only girl for me.
Art Greenhaw here, inviting you to listen again next time for another page in the Light Crust Doughboys scrapbook.
Listen everybody from near and far, if you want to know who we are. We're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. You like our song and think it's fine, sit right down and drop a line. You like the Doughboys from Burroughsville. And I declare, we'll get it there. And if we have some time to spare somewhere, sometime when we're down your way, we'll drop in and spend the day with the Light Crust Doughboys from Burroughsville. way we play. Listen while we try to say, we're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burris Mill. Make you lose, we'll make you tight, we'll make you happy from noon till night. We're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burris Mill. And I declare, we'll get it there.
Yeah, man.
And if we have some time to spare somewhere, sometime when we're down your way, we'll drop in and spend the day. We're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burris Mill.
So long, friends and neighbors. This is Walter Haley speaking on behalf of head wagon master Smoky Montgomery and his saddle pal Art Greenhaw. We're mighty happy to be bringing you this special brand of Texas country music for over 63 years. If you like our song, give us a call at 1-800-HUNT-TEXAS. And remember, we never do brag, we never do boast. We sing our song from coast to coast. We're the Light Crust Doughboys.
Never do brag, we never do boast. Sing our song from coast to coast. We're the Light Crust Doughboys from Burris Mill. You like our song and think it's fine, sit right down and